Hey there, welcome to Black Gumbo Southern Gardening. Well, you finally pressured me into doing it, so we're going to have a tomato sandwich day. I still have a lot of summer tomatoes here, and we've got to do something with them. We've been having several videos on how to make stuff with tomatoes because we have an abundance. But we also are nearing the end right here. My tomato plants are giving up the ghost because we're having consistently 100-degree days and above. The weatherman's calling for dangerous heat rather than just our average extreme heat. And so that heat does a number on tomatoes. Take a look at this guy. This is a ripe tomato, but it's got wounds on it. It's inconsistent in color. And it's got these little pinprick marks all over it. And if you cut this tomato open, you'll see that that goes into the flesh. A lot of this is damage done by stink bugs and leaf-footed bugs. They puncture and they really kind of destroy your tomatoes. This tomato I would consider to be inedible. But you get weather-damaged tomatoes as well. When finally the tomatoes get rain, when they haven't had it for a long time, they tend to suck up a lot of water, and the tomato can't grow fast enough to keep up with the water pumping into the plant, and so they split. I find this to be an okay tomato. You can use this. You can work around that. There's nothing wrong with that. Just clean it out real well. That's a nice brandy wine. So I'm going to select a nice tomato here that's nice and ripe, and we're going to make a tomato sandwich. Just a tomato sandwich, nothing more. That's what you've been talking to me about. That's what you've been trying to get me to do, is make just a tomato sandwich. The simplest lowbrow tomato sandwich you can make. So I'm going to do it in a lowbrow fashion. I'm going to make myself a sack lunch, the kind I used to take to school, the kind I used to take to work. And you know it's lowbrow when you're making sack lunches. It's efficient. It's cost effective, you're saving money, you're not spending money eating in the cafeteria at school or going out to eat at the restaurants at work every day and spending $15, $20, $30 a day. That's crazy. This doesn't cost hardly anything, and I'll show you how I'm going to make this sandwich. It's so simple. It's bread, mayonnaise, salt, pepper, and tomato. Let's go. Okay, it's so simple. Everything is right here. We've got our Wonder Bread left over from our BLT. So now we're going to just use the tomatoes and it'll just be a tea. So we're going to get some mayo. I love mayo. And we're going to get our bread coated in mayo. I like to make sure it goes side to side. Coat the whole thing. We're going to do both sides. I mean, it's 6 a.m., right? We're getting ready for school. We're half asleep, not woke up yet. This couldn't be simpler. When I used to go to school, my mom would pack me a lunch. She would give me a sandwich. She would give me some kind of a piece of fruit. I would get a sweet thing, like a Little Debbie something, like a Star Crunch. You know those things that tear up the roof of your mouth and leave paraffin wax behind? Yeah, those. I would get one of those, some sort of a sweet like that. And a bag of chips, all in a brown paper sack, or if it was in my younger days, in my Sigmund and the Sea Monsters lunchbox. All right, let's cut our tomato. Whoa! Check out this new knife. This is specifically made for cutting tomatoes. That's going to be a nice looking tomato. Yeah. You can cut thin slices with this. Let's try a thin one. I'm not stumping the brand, y'all. Just a dedicated tomato knife is a nice thing to have. We're just going to cut some slices here and put them on our on our Wonder Bread, and that's it. See, here's what I don't like about summer tomatoes is sometimes they're inconsistent. We've got these hard pieces in here, these pithy parts. I don't like that. So we're going to move on to another tomato, and we're going to skip that slice. See, that's the benefit of growing your own tomatoes. They're essentially free, and you can afford to be picky. Also, growing your own tomatoes means that, let me wash this one off real quick, means that you can choose the prime parts and be a tomato snob. Yeah, this one looks a lot better in there. Look at that juice coming out. Wow. That's a wonderful tomato. I think I'm going to use that one because these kind of things in here, that's what I was talking about extreme heat ripened tomatoes sometimes are inconsistent. There we go. Let's pack this on a sandwich here. I think we only need 2 of them. Yeah, look at that. All right, we've made our tomato. Oh, we haven't. I almost forgot the most important step. Salt and pepper. The salt actually works to draw moisture out of the flesh of foodstuffs, and that will make our sandwich a little bit juicy. Pepper to your taste. Now we have a proper tomato sandwich. Let's close it up. And let's get ready for lunch. I kind of like to mash that Wonder Bread down to make sure it sticks. We're going to put it in our Ziploc. That's a little bit big for a sandwich. I don't have any sandwich bags since I don't take my lunch to work anymore. I'm trying to simulate what we used to do. And that goes into our lunch bag, like so. My mom used to give me one of these Little Debbie spin wheels. So we're going to take one of these and put it in there as well. There you go, a pinwheel, little pecan pinwheel. You would always unroll these to eat like a piece of tape or something, or you could trade them away. They made good trade fodder. In the bag it goes. The next thing that my mom would add is potato chips. Now look how few potato chips there are in there. But actually that's more chips than you would have received in those Frito-Lay individual package chip tags. They were mostly air. That was lousy trade fodder. All right, and I'm not going to add a piece of fruit there because, well, all I've got is tomatoes around. Let's go to work. Light traffic this morning. Huh. I forgot I had that book. Here we are at work. Let's put that there until lunchtime. Time for lunch. Howdy, Sam.
Howdy.
Going to have my lunch. Okay, I'm at work, and it's a good time to eat lunch. You can tell I'm at work because the employee of the month is on the wall right there. It's Phoebe. Yeah, I work at my home now. So, let's have a lunch. Let's bust into that sandwich. What a good sandwich this seems it's going to be. Simple. Everybody raves about it, and y'all have peer pressured me into making one. Here I'm wanting to do tomato soup, tomato sauce, tomato, all kinds of tomato dishes, fancy tomato sandwiches. And you guys want me to try this. All right, here it is. Basic tomato sandwich. Well, it's exactly what you would think it would be. It's satisfying. It tastes like summer. It's refreshing. It's cool and crisp. Make this and put it in the fridge and get those tomatoes nice and icy. That would be ideal. And yeah, how can you go wrong? If you like tomatoes, this is a great way to eat your tomatoes. The salt makes all the difference. Yeah. I mean, simple is as simple does. I now have the simplest recipe for tomatoes ever on my channel. Tomato, bread, salt and pepper, and mayonnaise. 5 ingredients, 2 of which don't even count as ingredients. They're just salt and pepper, right? You put that on everything. How simple this is, but it's actually really, really good. So, thank you to those of you in the comments who kind of shamed me into doing tomato recipes without doing this one, and now, well, here I've done it. So thank you so much. Hey, what a nice sandwich. I hope you make one. I hope you have good gardening, and I hope you have good lunch too. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.